What's the difference in your mind between an entrepreneur and an investor? Because we just had Anastasia, I can't pronounce her surname, on the show. And she talked about a 9-figure exit. And one of the biggest mistakes she made was start investing in small businesses because she didn't know what she was doing. And she subsequently found out that there's a huge difference between being an entrepreneur and an operator versus an investor. And it's, in her opinion, the two are like oil and water. They're virtually never in the same person. So in your mind, what's the difference between an investor and an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I don't know if I entirely agree with that, quite frankly. I started my career as an investor, became an operator, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but am an investor again. I do agree that they tend to be two very, very different skill sets, but I disagree that the same person can't necessarily have both of those skill sets. And if that is true, then I'm in big trouble.
Or a 1 in a million kind of person.
Yeah.
So,
Somewhat cheekily, I often refer to the difference between an operator and an investor as the difference between a chef and a food critic. Food critics can talk intelligently about meals, talk about how they're composed, give thoughtful opinions on them. But if you put them behind a 12-burner stove with a chef that just quit and an assistant that just cut their finger off, they'd have absolutely no bloody idea what they're doing. Having started my career as an investor and then becoming a CEO of a small business for as long as I have, the level of respect and empathy that I now have for CEOs and operators is just orders of magnitude different than it was prior to me becoming an operator.